following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Yeah, I mean, socialist regimes do that.
At least they weren't the ones that shot you up. Probably.
No, they're the ones that got her shot up by forcing her to be a police officer. I'll just nip that in the bud before you do.
Rest up, Nikki.
Nikki. Really? We've got cute little names, pet names here now.
I'm trying it out for a bunch of people. Lisa got me onto it.
Well, what's she?
I don't know yet. What's that?
Lisa?
Bake.
It's a JoJo's
It
reference.
seems like most people use, like, that's a good one. No, I don't know about that.
You haven't got
I
there
got
yet.
that far. Most people use, like, various baked goods, but I'm not sure it applies.
You could call her Honey Pumpernickel.
She tried pumpernickel for me, but it, apparently it's a bread. It didn't seem to take. Candace already calls me John Boy, so I guess she's got that one.
I got it from a Garfield cartoon.
So I'm calling her Candy, because it's the obvious one.
Even if it makes her sound like a stripper.
I could be a stripper. You don't know.
Legs like that, she could be, damn.
Could you guys
Although the
take
poll-
this conversation somewhere away from
Although,
me?
goddamn, I feel sorry for the poll.
Yeah, we'll leave you be. We get carried away sometimes.
We do.
Too many beautiful women in this city. Please eliminate 3.
Only 3.
I'm not a crackpot. Okay, eventually you get home after rolling another drive land vehicle check.
That was why I was hoping I could just drop you off so I could keep the engine running. Or just throw you out while I was still driving 19.
I'll just bail.
Don't want to make another check push!
Yeah, because you know eventually you're going to fail.
Well, I did once had to spend luck.
No, I mean even beyond the recovery of that. It's going to happen one day.
I think we figured out it's like 10 into a 9 or 10 and you can't recover it with your full luck. So you need to get 2 more points and drive land vehicle at least.
True that.
I do have the IP to do that, so...
Roll up to the house. Go inside.
I'll draw my gun before going inside.
Smart. John's not even going to. Mostly because he doesn't take an action to draw a gun.
You, Oh, that's mechanics, not play.
True.
You guys spend the next couple of days, again, fruitlessly pursuing null leads.
Oh, how does the speed roll go? I'd like to watch.
Oh, so you're paying for the stream?
Yeah, I'll pay for the stream, and I'll put 100 eddies on the...
10.
What
put
time
10
does the game go in our time? United States
even if
time?
we have to watch it off time or something.
Well, we might have to watch it, like...
You might have to watch it during the
And just
day
get
after
slightly
your
less
shift.
sleep than we normally would.
It's a standard frag match. And the Wolf Pack, for some reason, Sandra Aran is not starting. And they basically, like, so you put 100 on the Ravens, who were the commentators announced it, it's like, with the announcement that Sandra Aran would not be starting, the odds have shifted on that, and it's gone from a Wolfpack's favourite to win to a Ravens favourite to win, but only with a spread of like 1 or 2 points. So are you betting within the spread or to beat the spread?
How exactly does the spread work? Because I'm not super familiar with sports.
Okay, so the spread is a number of points that the favourite team is expected to win by.
Okay.
Sometimes there isn't a spread because it's too close to call. But like, let's say the Patriots are going up against, let's say, Green Bay. And they might have a spread of like 20 points. So if you bet for them to beat the spread, it means they've won by more than 20 points.
Okay. So the spread is a low amount of points.
Yeah.
I'll go beat the spread.
Because
Have
the
a little
spread
fun.
is a low amount of points, the actual increment in the odds isn't a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the game goes on. It appears to be just like a team deathmatch sort of thing. Points for hits, and if anyone gets like knocked down, that sort of thing, it's a frag.
Okay.
And so things start out fairly well for the wolf pack. They score the first hit, so first blood goes to the wolf pack. And but it seems like the new meta that Ravens is running is just a bit too much for Wolfpack to adapt to, because effectively they have 3 power attacks
Yeah.
now, and they're running it like that.
Who's the considered third?
Well, the considered second is I think it's Harvey Poulter.
Okay.
Just from memory, I can check, but and he was the interceptor, but he ran more like a power attack.
Okay,
So then
okay.
their previous meta was like, we've effectively got 2 power attacks, we'll run it like that. And it was kind of hard to adapt to because their second string doesn't run that way. So whenever they swap out, suddenly the whole team meta changes, and it makes them kind of difficult for other teams to adapt to quickly on the fly.
I know, it's like that, but turned up to 11.
Yeah. And Ravens quickly begin outscoring them, and eventually, like at the half time, Ravens have twice as many points.
Ooh.
And then at the final buzzer, the Ravens have ruffle stomped them into the ground. Like Wolfpack is just that they're a top rated team, and they've just basically been jobbed.
Absolutely ruined, much
They've
like the
been
Chiefs sort of did.
Yeah, they've just got wrecked. And player of the game, Candace Hardridge.
Yeah.
She's trying way too hard.
How did Lisa do?
Well,
good.
there's a bit of you know how like teams that have been together a long time, they've got that I just sort of know thing. She's not quite gelling into that.
Yeah.
Commentators pick up on that, and they're just like, Steele's still not quite fully flush with the team dynamic. I think there might be some hesitation. What do you think?
Absolutely, Bobby. It's some hesitation there. Looks like they don't necessarily trust their former enemy. Now, she's trying hard, but she also just can't read them.
Well, she never was able to read them. The enemy team was a mysterious veil she could not pierce.
I think as she keeps training, it's going to get better. Looks like they've got a solid team lineup here. It's just a trust thing.
Just a trust thing indeed, Bobby.
Just a trust thing indeed, Bobby. Indeed, Bobby.
And so
I'll send Candace a quick message after we watch the game. If we watch that today. Just watch the game. Great job stomping the shit out of the Wolfpack. And then Lisa said, like, I saw your game. You did great. Good job.
Yeah, I'll also probably not to Lisa, but I would send to Candace and probably Prog. Just a simple congrats on the win. We watched the game. I'll just put John and I watched the game. Congrats on the win.
Lisa will send back just like a little heart thing made out of a 3 and a greater than.
No.
Or is it? No, it's a less than.
Yeah.
Candace won't reply yet because she'll still be asleep.
How does the payback go? Do they even pay me out?
Yeah,
Okay.
they do. You bet 100, right?
Yep.
Okay, so they won, so you get your 100 back,
Mm-hmm.
and you get an additional 57 eddies.
Sweet. 3.
Did Sandra end up showing up at all
No.
in the match? She didn't
No.
even show up. Okay. And she's not on record as being injured or anything?
She is.
Oh, she actually is injured. Okay.
Yes.
6.
So at the end of the thing, they bring up like the league tables, and you see that the Chiefs have won every game except the first,
Okay.
which puts them only down 1 point. They're on -1.
Okay. So they're working their way back up.
Yeah.
Alice Cole crushing it for them, probably.
Pretty much. Just pretty much carrying the team right now.
Yeah.
Because they're like the sports analyst's general thing is just like, well, Mary Marauder might be like a great individual player, but she's just not gelling with the team environment at all. There's definitely some ego going on there, and their head coach is going to have to put a stop to that if they want to have any hope of beating a team like the Wolfpack unless the Wolfcat Pack keep playing like they did today. The other commentators, actually, there's nothing wrong with the way the Wolfpack played. It's the Ravens. Ravens played over the top, 110%, 115%. You cannot give more than 100%. We just saw it. What do you call it? It's 115%. What do you call it? Here you go. 150%. 150%. They basically crushed him. 33%. Let's go. 144%. They basically Wolfpack go down. When you get really excited, I can't understand the way you say, what are you from? Put off there. What are you going to go? Well, there you have it.
So that's all you can say.
That's the last word, I think.
That was a word.
And then, a couple days of the same old road count's not getting up to much, or if we
you're
think
getting
close.
increasingly frustrated. Oh, it's Scream Sheets time, because you're heading to work for another day of interacting with things. Now, let's see. We wanted no boobs, so I have to pick the Scream Sheets with no... okay, there we go. How about butts, then?
Butts are good.
Butts.
Divide them up.
Butts.
Let's see. Actually, I should pre-scan it so I can tell you who needs to... Brendan needs to go first, because there's a Hulk review.
Okay.
Butts. Zonda Infernus. Totally won't go on fire.
It won't.
Unless you nos too much.
It's a Zonda. It's not a Zalomal.
Sniper stopped. The Watson sniper has been stopped. That is the bold statement the NCPD has announced. The sniper, 18-year-old Stana Femlova, a woman living in Watson. Stana was arrested whilst preparing another shot and was reportedly yelling, "Don't assume gender!" It was the habit of yelling before she shot, which allowed tipsters to help us find the sniper so quickly, said one NCPD officer. Stana is said to have yelled before each shot. Phrases such as "blue no matter who," "trans rights are human rights," and "hate speech is murder," which allowed police to find them. Also a physical description posted by one tipster. Short, bright blue hair, fat as fuck, man, was a big help. Stana, the NCPD say, was radicalized by left-wing garden sites, purporting the idea that she should be a woman just by saying she was. However, Stana Femlova was in fact Ralph Boimber, 18-year-old male clerk at the kibble dispensary. Ralph, a virgin with almost no chin and bright blue hair, decided he was a woman now after attending Coronado News Network's pedo party, a fun walk around Coronado with prizes and music.
Yeah, so it's pedo, as in walking.
Oh,
I hate to think what those prizes are.
Music CDs, music chips, coupons, vouchers off things, bottles of water. It's a walking party, it's not the other kind.
pinatas of barrows.
That is now canon.
I thought it would be. Ralph, apparently disappointed.
Oh, sorry everyone. This is now canon!
There we go. Now we know it's true. Apparently disappointed that it wasn't the other kind of pedo party, brought a gun and started killing. The NCPD were initially not sure that they had the Watson sniper. However, Ralph confessed a few hours into interrogation. The exclusive rights to an interview have been negotiated by NCT.
Hulk review guards. Hulk read guards. Hulk smash right words. Hulk laugh too. This book funny. Like Hulk smashing! It talk about Night City. Oh, sorry, Discworld. Where dragons come out and burn things. But there are city guards who not so good. But they become good. Like Hulk. Hulk like Captain Vimes. He like Hulk, but smaller and smart. And Hulk enjoy watching little dragon grow up. Just like Hulk's story. Books have words that make Hulk think and laugh. Like sly jokes. Hulk also like how author talk about things like power and politics. But make it simple for Hulk brain. Hulk not always understand all the words, but Hulk still enjoy book. Book have action, and Hulk love action. Hulk think people should read this book, make them feel good. Just like when Hulk smash! Hulk give guards 2 big green thumbs up. Hulk say read it, laugh, and maybe even smash a little. The Bugatti Veyron replica is back. An additional 10 models of this fabulous
restoration have been commissioned and are waiting for pre-purchase. Contact Brigade and join the waiting list.
200,000 eddies.
Ooh, 200,000 eddies, Veyron replica. Damn.
It probably doesn't blow up.
It doesn't.
Well, unless you make it blow
Well,
up.
now you
bombs
have now
under
you
it.
have sort of an affordability index for the mysterious Veyron.
Yeah.
Actually, the original run of those was even more expensive. But
I regret having
I've got to think
determined
one's
to
an
touch it.
OG, not a replica in the fucking... If that's an OG and not a replica in the garage, then shit.
it's not. It's a. Okay, so like full disclosure, I called it a replica. It's a retrofit. They've put new technology in an older frame. Does it go as fast as the original Bugatti Veyron? Yes, it can. But the technology for doing it is modern Night
City stuff.
Night
It's
City
easier for it to do
technology.
it,
Well, not Night City exclusive, but modern cyberpunk 2041 era stuff. So it's
engine,
easier
yeah.
to get it in there. It's easier to do it. I think it actually runs on liquid hydrogen.
Okay. Yeah, but all the tech will be smaller and
Easier to do, but
more reliable.
yeah, I
at
use the word
front end.
replica. That's not the right word. So yeah,
Basketball season delayed by butts.
that's the actual headline
Yeah.
for this very real newsprint.
And what a fine butts it is. The 2041 basketball season we have all been anticipating with bated breath has been delayed. Officials announced this morning to a press briefing that the March 1st opener data has been pushed back to, at earliest, July. The decision was not an easy one, Basketball League spokesman Cranston Pikel said with a grave expression. There are several factors. The first is to have less overlap with Speedball's Platinum Division season, especially how awesome it's been going lately, allowing more people to afford to watch more games per year they would like. The second is the posteriors issue, he concluded, drawing upon the real issue. It's a poorly kept secret that BBL officials have been arguing amongst themselves about the butts problem. The gist of it is, for those who came in late, that some players in the BBL have been sporting high-backed kit, exposing their battoons
I love that word.
during the game. Officials are divided on whether this should be allowed, with interpretations of the BBL rules being split. Players such as Marianne Maddie Lacroix, known for starting the trend, argue in favour of the revealing kit. I think it's fine. If people like it, good. Speaking for myself, I feel better, a little freer, faster. Other players have taken up the style, leading to a trend on garden image boards of Lacroix posing, which involved posing for a rear shot, holding a ball against the leg with a revealing outfit. Opponents of the style, however, say it demeans basketball, a serious sport involving exploding balls. Our exploding ball sport does not need lascivious, I fucking suck, displays from the players.
Did you just say I can't fucking suck?
Pretty much.
I like that you
I
said that
fucked that
also
up too.
after actually pronouncing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correctly.
probably. There's already enough innuendo without overt sexualization. Leave that to Speedbrawl, says Agnes Prout, Speedbrawl marketer.
That's our thing.
You don't need that thing.
Oh, I forgot what the picture is on this one. Can I just see it a bit? Okay, sorry, go on.
We once again on the next page have the Frederick Fazbear's Pizza, where fantasy and fun come to life.
And nothing else.
Yep. No murders. No flesh-eating ogres.
Wait, can that last one?
Oh.
Legally, we can't say that.
Oh.
If they do an audit, it could be problematic.
Unlikely chance of flesh-eating ogres? Can we say that?
I'll have to run it by legal.
Maybe better if we just don't mention flesh
Maybe
eating.
better if you just don't mention flesh-eating ogres at all. Well, what if they ask? Why would they ask?
Blythe gives it all away. We have a hell of a good time trying to get ink on Fleur Blythe, the beautiful business goddess. We tried sneaking into her apartment, pretending to have a business meeting. Nothing worked. Curse you, Lazarus Security. You're worth every penny. Sponsored by Lazarus.
Paid sponsorship, yeah. Undisclosed paid sponsorships. They're a thing in Night City in the future.
We finally were able to corner her at the gym. Or Gaim. An exclusive executive Gaim. But we forged an access token. She looked at us, dark eyes.
I like that they just casually confess to crimes.
Yeah.
Holding the promise of imminent doom. Her expression.
Yeah, I mean, look at that expression.
Yeah, no, that kind of looks like that.
It's like, this is the last thing you'll ever see.
I'm happy with that.
Her expression, a thunderhead at odds with her bright, cheerful clothing. She didn't stop, but we were able to ask some questions. Why? We just discovered that Busty exec Fleur Blythe has been losing money hand over fist. Despite running Blythe Nano at a profit and managing several smaller related enterprises as well, her own personal worth seems to have a drain on it. The reason? Mismanagement. The buff wonderkind has been losing money on a small venture in Watson, providing shelter and food for some of the less fortunate. We asked a business expert about it. He said that the poor would be unable to pay for these services, and thus the business in question would lose money and not make it.
Bad management.
Fleur, however, disagreed. It isn't about making money. If I wanted to make money, I could do it easy to make money. Sorry. I misread that. If I wanted to make money, I could. It is easy to make money. Any given edge runner can cyber up and make money. I just wanted to provide some aid to the people most suffering from the housing and food shortages. By that metric, the venture is successful, if not as successful as I would like. The venture in question, E&M Homeless Shelter, takes in roughly 100 of Night City's most worthless non-contributors every night and houses them, feeding close to 1,000, and according to our research, not one of them pays. Well done! How did you even...
You really get the feeling that the business reporter doesn't quite understand charity?
I don't understand how this works. It's like...
It's bad management. You're just throwing money away. How are you going to make a profit?
I don't get it.
What's a non-profit? Oh, failing business. Gotcha.
How do you even find out I owned that? She asked over the free weights. We, of course, kept our sources a secret. However, the start was noting that 2 soup kitchens run by Graves Corp were still running and under transferred ownership. My brother Aaron was going to shut them down. I bought them from him. I'd rather not divulge my involvement in these matters. But of course, we will. We are doing so. If I am known to be involved, people will expect 2 things simultaneously. 1, that I am only doing it as a PR stunt. 2, that I could afford to do more and am not. So I must be greedy. Of course, if that were true, why try to hide it? We broached the topic of her involvement in the upcoming death race and her comments about it. What about it? Who doesn't want some excitement in their life? Mariah's dark pools, so empty and dead, suddenly made sense. In that moment I felt a chill run down my spine. I never felt so endangered. Those dark eyes lurked an emptiness so complete, so still. I was certain that no living person was housed in that lovely shell. Indeed, Fleur Blythe is no more. The body simply has not caught up. She died falling from that towering skyscraper. This interview marked my transformation from journalist to medium. Now, thinking back, she never smiled even discussing the supposed benefits of her programs, not even describing the lives she claims to have changed. No pride in her achievements. Her voice flat, dead. The only hope left to bring her back is therapy. If only someone would save her. She went on, a litany of sins and mourning. There were things that were done. I would not have done them, but it was not my choice. I have some regrets. If you wish, you can think of this as my desire to give back. We just think she needs a man. We will reveal more in our follow-up article. I think this is not a separate article. This is just a very big caption. Fleur Blythe is not only a highly successful businesswoman with a lot of high-powered contacts in some of the most heavily heading firms, but a fitness nut, an extreme sports competitor. She is also insane, giving money away to feed and house worthless people. News on this has already caused a vote of no confidence to be called a Blythe Nano in response. Fleur rallied the shareholders and purchased 51% of her own firm, effectively executing a hostile takeover of herself. In an unrelated matter, she won the confidence vote. In an unrelated How is that unrelated?
So the blood that was on her clothing, not hers.
Oh.
Some people didn't take the confidence vote's result well. She had to kill them.
Well, it's
So it went from a no confidence to a no contest.
She had to beat a former executive vice president of marketing to death with his own bodyguard.
good. He worked for the Blythes. And she might be the only good one.
Did we do her a favour somehow by that whole thing happening?
You destroyed her life.
Yeah, but she's become a better person, even if she's a zombie.
She might have been doing that before we blew up
Oh,
the
maybe
tower.
she was.
No, because I guess they hadn't flooded the dam yet.
I guess we'll never know, or we'll find out eventually. What were we doing?
On our way to work.
We're going on our way to work.
Which
I need to
means-
roll on. Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky I didn't have to roll for those 2 days we skipped over 20.
Fair enough. I mean, you also don't get any positives from it. So.
Yes. Can I say that over those days when I did have free time, I was working on the next Babette date? Which,
You can do that. Barrows did nothing.
well, you watched
With-
Speed Roll, but...
Yeah,
He was watching JoJo's and sports.
pretty much, yeah.
Georgia!
There's not enough time to do tech stuff because, of course, we were still working. So, yeah.
Yada yada.
We say,
Murder.
we say I did some clothes shopping. So
Yeah.
pick up some more clothes. I'll deal with that later. But I want to get like a cleaner set of nomad clothes.
Your
some-
complaint was rejected.
Okay. At which, do I know what point it got to when it got rejected?
No,
Oh.
this is an opaque system, like the XP for D&D next season.
No.
Opaque.
Okay.
Um,
Get opaque paper.
Weller,
Get opaque paper.
Weller,
Get opaque paper.
Weller,
Get opaque